Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has applied to strike out a lawsuit challenging his election and premiership. Meanwhile, PN has stated that it would have offered financial aid of up to 6,000 ringgit a year if it were the government. It also questioned Anwar's sincerity in implementing anti-corruption and good governance promises. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has filed to strike out the legal challenge brought by P Waythamoorthy against him. He deemed it as harassment and an attempt to obtain points for political mileage. The suit claimed that Anwar's disqualification as an MP was never revoked by the young di-Pertuan Agong when he was granted a royal pardon in 2018 as required under Article 48(3) of the Federal Constitution. In court documents cited by Malaysia Kini, Anwar said that the suit had contravened various mandatory constitutional and statutory procedures and requirements prescribed to challenge an election result. This, the Prime Minister said, included Article 118 of the Federal Constitution, which prohibits an election from being questioned except by way of an election petition. According to the documents, he said the suit ought to be struck out forthwith as being obviously unsustainable, disclosing no reasonable cause of action, frivolous, vexatious, and an abuse of the court process. Apart from Article 118 of the Constitution and Section 34 of the Election Officers Act, Anwar also claimed that Waythamoorthy's suit contravenes Sections 33 and 38 of the Act. Section 33 requires challenges against election results to be brought before an election judge, and Section 38 provides a mandatory time frame to file an election petition. Waythamoorthy, who is the Malaysian Advancement Party president, had filed the suit on August 14th and is seeking to nullify Anwar's victory in the Tambun parliamentary seat during the 15th general election, as well as his subsequent appointment as Prime Minister. Perikatan Nasional has issued a counter-offer in welfare aid to Malaysians. This was in response to the recently tabled Budget 2026. While debating the government's 2026 supply bill today, opposition leader Hamzah Zainudin branded the Rahmah Necessities Aid program as conditional and limited in nature. He said PN would have given 500 ringgit aid a month through its Bantuan Prihatin Nasional scheme if they were the government.
Daripada apa yang dibentangkan kerajaan, Perikatan Nasional yakin sebenarnya dibentangkan dengan angka-angka itu. Daripada situ, Perikatan Nasional yakin bahawa kalau diberikan kedudukan fizikal tersebut, negara mempunyai keupayaan untuk kami, kalau Perikatan Nasional memperkenalkan Bantuan Prihatin Nasional sehingga RM6,000 setahun kepada isi rumah yang memerlukan. We know we can do it. Ini berbeza dengan bantuan yang bersyarat, terhad, seperti skim Sara yang mengekang pilihan rakyat. Bagi duit, Sara, engkau tak boleh yang ini, engkau kena belanja yang ini. Apa hal ni? Kita, Perikatan Nasional, akan beri bantuan dan kita serahkan kepada rakyat apa yang mereka perlukan.
Hamzah added that PN will also offer free education at the undergraduate level to the needy, especially those who fall under BPN. He said PN will also ensure that any students who qualify based on merit will be given scholarships to complete their first-degree studies in strategic fields. During his speech, Hamzah also responded to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's anti-corruption and good governance commitment under Putrajaya's 2026 supply bill. Hamzah questioned Anwar's sincerity in implementing the promises. He highlighted the Sabah mining scandal, which saw only 2 state assembly persons being charged for corruption so far, and questioned what happened to the others.
Beliau mengangkat dirinya sebagai pejuang anti rasuah. Tapi dalam skandal video rasuah yang sekarang ini berleluasa disebarkan di seluruh negara, terutamanya di Sabah, hanya 2 adun sahaja yang didakwa. Mana dia yang 6 lagi? Jika tata kelola terbaik diangkat sebagai tekad, mengapa ada 2 layanan yang berbeza?
Hamzah was referring to an alleged corruption scandal which implicated a slew of Sabah leaders. Following MACC investigations, authorities have charged 3 individuals in court, including businessperson Albert Tay, the whistleblower who exposed the alleged corruption through video recordings. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. DAP's Jelutong MP Arasan Rayer has condemned the display of Israeli flags at a pro-Palestine solidarity event at the Kelantan River last week. In a Facebook post yesterday, he called on authorities to take swift action. He also highlighted the double standard from the opposition. Rayer highlighted the deafening silence from the opposition and questioned the whereabouts of PAS and Bersatu. He wondered if the silence was due to the event taking place in Kelantan, adding that the reaction would likely be very different if it had happened in Penang. Last Friday, 500 boats Kelantan Solidarity Voyage for Gaza, co-organized by the Sri Tanjung Floating Market Community and various NGOs, saw more than 10,000 participants, including fisherfolk, boat owners, and the public. However, in videos circulating on social media, several boats were seen flying the Israeli flag, receiving widespread backlash from netizens. The organizers have since clarified that the Israeli flag was flown as a simulation to reenact the intimidation faced by Global Sumut Flotilla volunteers from Israeli authorities. Meanwhile, Kelantan Police Chief Yusuf Mamat said the matter will be investigated under Section 3(1) of the National Emblems Control of Display Act 1949. According to Harian Metro, he said the police will record statements from the organizers of the event soon. Still on the topic, the organizer of the event has publicly apologized for having Israeli flags flown at the event. Pertubuhan Anak Muda Bangkit Malaysia spokesperson Khairul Hafiz Hassan said he will cooperate with the authorities in their ongoing investigation. According to Sina Harian, he said he is sorry if there are any parties who had misunderstood the gimmick performed at the event. He added that he is responsible for the mistake and will give full cooperation to the authorities. Khairul explained that the rally, which was held for the 3rd time, was organized with contributions gained from the public and did not involve funds or contributions from the state government or any political party. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. One of the Malaysians who had been detained by Israel following the Freedom Flotilla Coalition and 1,000 Madeleines to Gaza mission has detailed the rough treatment by Israeli soldiers during their detention. Alauddin Ali recalled being bound and dragged around 200 meters by 2 Israeli soldiers. Bernama quoted him as saying that 2 Israeli soldiers had caught him, twisted his arms behind his back, and dragged him for about 200 meters. He added that he was then ordered to kneel for an hour and his arms were pulled back so far he thought they might break. Alauddin told reporters in Sepang yesterday that it was the harshest treatment he endured, aside from being confined in a space he described as resembling a pen. The FFC and TMTG humanitarian mission involved about 150 activists from 25 countries on board 9 vessels. The vessels they were on were intercepted by Zionist forces less than 120 nautical miles from Gaza last Wednesday. The 9 Malaysians on board were later deported to Turkey. They departed Istanbul at 1:40 a.m. on Sunday and arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 4 p.m. Next, we have a branded capsule brought to you by YTL Communications.
YTL Communications, through Yes, has made history once again by becoming the first telco in Malaysia to launch 5G Advanced with nationwide coverage expected by the end of 2025.
We were the first to launch 5G in Malaysia, and now we're the first to launch 5G Advanced in Malaysia. In fact, the world's 9th 5G Advanced network. That's a big deal, and it's a great day for us to celebrate.
At the Yes Presents the Future First Tech Talk event, Yes showcased 5G Advanced featuring higher network efficiency, ultra-low latency, and Malaysia's first advanced network slicing with quality of service prioritization. This self-optimizing technology creates a VIP lane, delivering consistent connectivity and paving the way for the future of AI innovation.
What 5G Advanced Network Slicing does is to create a priority lane so that all the AI traffic can flow with a degree of quality of service required to ensure low latency, high throughput connectivity, even when the network is congested by people surfing the net, watching YouTube, playing games. This priority lane will ensure all the industrial use, especially the use of AI, would not be disturbed and have its own attributes when it comes to quality of service, so that the business will continue even when the rest of the network is somewhat congested.
According to Wing, existing Yes 5G postpaid and broadband customers are automatically upgraded to 5G Advanced at no extra cost and with no registration required. Yes is also offering limited-time 5G Advanced bundles, including a broadband plan at RM68 per month with uncapped data and speed, as well as phone bundles with savings of up to RM3,999. For more information, visit www.yes.my.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.